Students, now the bacteria based on cell wall, they are divided into two types. Okay, one Archaebacteria and second is Eubacteria. Okay, when you see the Archaebacteria, these are the primitive. These are the true bacteria or the new bacteria, modern. Next, these bacteria divide into three types. Okay, one is halophiles. Okay, it means they will survive in the extreme salt condition, salty areas, like in the deep oceans. Second, thermoacidophiles. It means thermo, very for more heat also they will survive in the more hot conditions. Acidophiles, even acidic conditions also they will survive. Okay, examples are the hot springs. In the hot springs they will survive. The third one, methanogens. Methanogens, the name itself, it will say that methane, it's saying that methane. Okay, methanogens. So these will present in the marshy areas. Okay, once we will see how you can remember these three words easily, like HMT was HMT. Okay, halophiles, thermoacidophiles, methanogens. All these are extreme conditions. In general bacteria, even general organisms will not survive in these conditions. In these three, the special one is methanogens. These gens means generators, methane generators. These bacteria has the capability to produce methane gas. Especially where they will survive? They will survive in the gut of ruminant animals. Next, especially we have to see about the methanogens. In different chapters you will read about these methanogens. Okay, so these methanogens produce methane gas, especially in the cows and buffaloes. Okay, even the horses. And these dung will be used for the production of the biogas. This is a important topic. Okay, in the later chapters also you will cover this content. Clear? This is about the methanogens. Till now we have completed the Archaebacteria. Okay. Next we will see now Eubacteria. Okay. The Eubacteria, there will be three types: autotrophs, chemotrophs and heterotrophs. Okay. These can prepare their own food, and these will depend on others. Okay, this is the thing. Now we will see one again, autotrophic, okay, and here second one is okay. Simultaneously we will see two. Okay, autotrophic. For this example is the what is that? Photosynthesis. Actually, they will go by photosynthesis, and here they will go by chemical synthesis. Here the inorganic matters will be involved. Here the photon, the sunlight will be involved. Clear? Next, we have to go for example. Here, cyanobacteria. And here the exam will be Nostoc, comma, and Anabina. Okay, both will have similar properties. Next, here these these thing will be having chlorophyll. The same way here they will be having the heterocyst, special cells. The special cells these organisms will be having, and with the help of sunlight, in the presence of chlorophyll, they will prepare their own food. Okay, and this heterocyst, the atmospheric nitrogen will be converted into ATPs. Okay, not only this, here the other things will be nitrates, and ammonia. Okay, these will be oxidized and released. Okay, ATP. Next. Okay. Next, again, in this autotrophic bacteria, okay, chemosynthetic bacteria, in general principles will be there that these bacteria, okay, unicellular, like this, see, okay, and they will maintain colonizing. They will do colonizers. It means they will be in the colonies. Third is filamentous. It means they will be in the filament, like a mycelium, like a fungus. They will be having some structures, nearby structures. Okay. Next, not only this, if you think, and these things we can see in different places, like in the fresh water, in the marine water, on the they will be terrestrial. Again, you have to remember that how they will survive in the fresh water or the marine water. Here they will be having a coat. So these things are the principle. The unicellular, they will colonize, they will be having filamentous, and they will serve in the fresh water, marine water, terrestrial, and they will be having the gelatinous sheath. With this gelatinous sheath, it will protect from the water. This is about the archaebacteria, especially the chemobacteria, eubacteria and chemobacteria. Now, last one is in this eubacteria, the heterotrophic, that we will see now. Heterotrophic bacteria, these can be seen, they will be abundant, there will be more everywhere we can see. And another specialty is that these will be, okay, decomposers, very important. They will decompose like fungus, okay, everywhere, and they will depend on the dead and decaying. You should not say organisms, you should say organic material. These are the two general points. Later that, here we have to discuss about the uses and disadvantages. Okay, uses from them. Okay, example 1 is the curd. The curd will be prepared from the milk. That is a lactic acid bacillus bacteria. Okay. Second is antibiotics. Okay, many antibiotics means to kill the bacteria, the material will be extracted from another bacteria. Okay. Next, other bacteria. And third is, okay, nitrogen fixers. Some bacteria will have the capacity to fix nitrogen, like just now we saw chemosynthetic. Okay, they will especially they will present in the legume plants. Clear? So this is about the uses. Now, disadvantages. Now, most of these will be parasitic and pathogenic. So, if you say about pathogenic, they attack on human beings or other animals, okay, like they will attack on the trees, okay, or the plants. You can better define the plants, animals, and especially the humans. And major diseases these will cause, okay, the diseases: cholera, tetanus, typhoid, okay, and citrus canker. Let's wait. Okay. Citrus canker. These are the diseases, okay, by the heterotrophs. Clear? The last topic of this session, mycoplasma. Okay, these are a few organisms, okay, in a part of bacteria. Okay, these are they don't have no cell wall. Okay, strictly they don't have any cell wall, and these are the tiniest cells, okay, or organisms. These are tiniest, till now well known, up to now, and they don't have cell wall. Okay, they lose some properties. Second, they will survive without any oxygen. They don't want oxygen for their dependence. This is important. And last, okay, they will act as a pathogens. They will be pathogens, okay, okay, in the plants and animals. This topic is very important. This tiniest, okay, this and without oxygen. Okay, these 2 points are very important. Many times they ask me this: what is mycoplasma? Identify them. Clear? With this, we complete this topic. Okay. Hope you understood well. Clear? And please pause the video and take the screenshots and prepare the notes properly. Okay. The next class we will be having a session of interaction of the doubts and clarifications. Okay. Have a nice day. This is a homework for you. You have to prepare the notes. Okay. In the next class we will be have a discussion for the whatever notes you prepared. From that I may ask few questions. So now I will come to know that how much you understood. Clear? Have a nice day.